2024 has been a year. Reflecting back, it's easy to see struggle and pain and frustration and challenges. The anti-Semitism rising, the hostages still held, the election dividing our community and our country even further. The news is filled with disturbing images of war, concerns about the environment and the economy. Standing here at the very end of this difficult year, we could really focus in on these low points. But maybe we just don't. So many wonderful things happened this year. As we look back at 2024 in review and look towards 2025, let's choose a different highlight reel to replay. So here are the 2024 news stories that maybe you didn't see. Earlier this year in New Zealand, a pod of more than 30 pilot whales found themselves stranded on a beach on the North Island. The Department of Conservation reported that nearly every whale was saved by local rescuers, fueled by their compassion and care for these magnificent animals. Closer to home, a coffee shop in Middleborough ran a promotion. A sign on the door said, "Free coffee if you walk in and give us your best dance moves for 5 seconds." A barista at the cafe said, "Everyone likes to see people happy." It wasn't that the coffee was free, it's that people were able to express themselves. They're now considering similar future events, including a dance with your dog version. Cantor's ready. In Seoul, Korea this year saw a massive growth for a government program that collects used furniture from luxury hotels and donates it to low-income earners and homeless city residents. In the last decade, 120,000 used furniture items have been distributed, and this year, the program added a new employment opportunity pipeline. Organizers believe that beyond supporting the bottom line of low-income families, the program supports self-esteem. They said the sight of well-made pieces of stained wood, brushed zinc, or polished marble may offer an intangible benefit to someone with the stresses of living near the poverty line that direct financial support may not. In Washington State, 79-year-old Ursula Bannister was on a hike to revisit the site where she scattered her mother's ashes 23 years ago, a steep 3.2-mile trek that she made often. After leaving flowers in her mother's memory at the summit, Ursula caught her foot in a hole on the trailbed and fell forward. When she was able to turn herself right side up, she saw her foot was pointing the wrong way. She called 911, who said they could reach her with a rescue team in 5 hours. 20-year-old Troy May, an Air Force airman, was hiking the lookout with his fiancée and a friend when they came upon Ursula. Troy later said, "I knew I was capable of carrying her down. I really didn't make much of a decision. I just knew I needed to carry her down." And so he lifted her gently onto his back. On the way down, they passed occupational therapist Emily O'Brien, who helped Ursula with breathing exercises, and physical therapist Tim Meyer, who splinted her leg. When they reached the trailhead and rushed her to the hospitals, the doctors found a compound break of the tibia, fibula, and heel bone. Medical professionals were amazed with their effort to save her, and Troy May was awarded an Air Force Medal for his efforts. We're just going to strobe in between. In 1978, New York science teacher Patrick Moriarty was explaining solar eclipses to a classroom of 17-year-olds. Explaining trajectories and paths of totality, the class found the next eclipse to pass over Rochester. Moriarty said, "Hey, circle that one on April 8th, 2024. We're gonna get together on that one." And they did. Students came from all over the country with 45 years of life experiences to share to watch the eclipse in Moriarty's driveway. He's in the center in the blue shirt. At the end of August in Suffolk, England, Minette Bailey celebrated her 102nd birthday with a 7,000-foot parachute jump. This was her first ever skydiving experience. She said, I just want other people who are getting towards 80 and 90 not to give up anything. In Oxford, England, third grade teacher Sarah Shabir spent 240 hours crocheting miniature versions of each of her students as end of the year gifts. She wanted them to feel special and seen for who they really are. On a cold November day, a blind man tripped getting onto the subway and in the process lost a shoe between the platform and the train. Fellow passengers helped him find his seat and tried to alert the driver, but the train left the platform. A stranger, without hesitation, took off his own shoes. Here, take mine. You can see him in the picture sitting in his socks. And back to our neighborhood. 8-year-old Emerson Bays was awaiting a heart transplant at Boston Children's Hospital. As is common with cardiac patients, she was undergoing fluid restrictions, which made her crave salty foods. Chef and program manager of culinary services at the hospital, Sarah Bruce, asked Emerson if she knew how pickles are made. Emerson said, no, I never thought about it. And so Chef Sarah and 8-year-old Emerson spent a whole morning pickling different vegetables. They then held a pickle party for anyone in the hospital to come and taste their creations. Emerson was all smiles, and Chef Sarah said it was the best 2 hours of her life. 2024 was a hard year that was also full of goodness, because the world is a good place, and people are good. In our morning liturgy, we thank God for the creation of our souls. Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehorahi. God, the soul you have given me is pure. Every morning, we say these words because we need the daily reminder that our souls were created in us with a capacity for goodness. Every day, we have the chance to be good, to do good, and to see good in the world. This is God's gift to us. As we head into 2025, let's lean in to embrace the goodness with ourselves and the world, a reflection of God's gift to us.
Yasher koach, Rabbi. The breath you gave me, the body you made me, my spirit too. It's all from you. The people who found me, the wonders around me, and all I do, it's all from you. With a single word, your voice was heard, it all came true. How long you must have labored while your soul was created, every shape and hue. With a single word, your voice was heard when the world was new. So I thank you, God, 'cause it's all from you. The strength you gave us, the promise you made us our children too. It's all from you. The breath you gave us, the bodies you made us, one day it's true, they go back to you. With a single word, your voice was heard, it all came true. How long you must have labored while your soul was created, every shape and hue. With a single word, your voice was heard when the world was new. So I thank you, God, 'cause it's all from you. With a single word, your voice was heard, and it came true. How long you must have labored while your soul was created, every shape and hue. With a single word, your voice was heard when the world was new. So I thank
Oof.